Hey beauties. Welcome to Hormone Breakthrough Wednesday. Just arrived here for a moment.
Oh, 'cause I know that I am made of stars and that I am the love that I'm looking for.
Oh, really getting
knowing that my heart is my home, and I'm so done with playing small. Oh, 'cause I know that I am made of stars, and that I am the love that I'm looking for. Knowing that my heart is my home.
Oh my gosh, I just love that song. They're made of stars and my heart is my home, and it's so perfect for today, right? Oh, so perfect, because Valentine's Day is coming right up. My favorite day of the entire year. I just think it's so romantic. I don't know where I get that from. My grandfather was very romantic. He made this beautiful heart for me out of a billiard ball. So billiard balls, I guess, used to be made out of ivory. And he made it out of the 8 ball, I guess, and inscribed it on the back. And it's just so beautiful and such a beautiful reminder of love and connection, and first and foremost, loving ourselves. So I would just love to hear from you. So many of you said I'm in for today. I'm so excited about that. Just want to honor you for saying yes to yourself, and still missing the 15-day hormone reset so much. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful, beautiful community we created there. And I want to keep that going here. So what I invite you to do is to love up on at least 3 other women every time you show up. Just give them a heart. Respond to their comments so that we keep the love going. You know, what I realized when I was doing all of my relationship work, when my hot, sexy lover and I were doing our relationship work, that really our journey is to get our bodies and minds in a place where we can be in love in the present moment more and more of the time. Because I was always living in the past with my brain going round and round, and I was always living in the future, worrying about things. So I was worrying about things. I was worrying about things I couldn't change, both past and future. I was never right here, right now. Can you relate to that? So for you, is it more that you're like worrying about things going forward, or is it more that you just keep obsessing about things that are wrong? Because I would do all of it. I would do all of it. So today is about loving ourselves. It's about loving ourselves. That's it. And that's how I see Valentine's Day. And, you know, we think Valentine's Day is about, you know, having a special someone. Valentine's Day to me is about having a lot of special someones. And it starts with you as your own special someone. And when I say my little prayer every morning to the divine beloved, what I ask for is I ask for support to be in a place of love and the present moment with everyone I come into contact with. Right? So I just want to be there. I want to hold space. I want to be present for whoever I'm with. And it's just completely like changed my life. Because I used to be always like trying to be one step ahead. You know, that's just how my brain works. I just was trying to go faster and faster and faster and faster. Can you relate? And that's, you know, that's really a form of anxiety. So I really suffered from a lot of anxiety, and I just don't want that anymore. So we're going to focus on being in a place of love with ourselves right here, right now, starting today. Are you in? Okay, I want to see who's giving hearts here. So I thought I would just share a couple of things. We're going to keep this really short today. So it's really like this belief shift from, I was talking to Rebecca. Rebecca's supporting us here before this call because she had a really great perspective on, the idea that we're, when we think about loving on ourselves, we think about giving ourselves like treats and, it's kind of the short-term satisfaction, right? Short-term pleasure. So maybe eating something. I mean, our society is geared around, celebrations are really geared around sugar. All celebrations are geared around sugar. So it's really making a shift. So we think of when we're celebrating ourselves, it has to be like with like the things that we love the most, right? Which, when you think about the food that we love the most, it's the food that harms our bodies the most. And I don't know about activity so much, although it might be that you're just sitting on the couch, eating a half gallon of ice cream, watching TV. I don't know what that looks like for you when you think about, oh, I'm going to really like splurge, right? What does that look like? I'm going to really splurge because it's Valentine's Day and I'm going to really take care of myself. So I want to encourage you to shift that to what does it look like to really love yourself? What does it look like to really love yourself? So think about that for a moment. What is just one activity that you could do that would tell your body, I love you? What's that one thing? I can think of so many that would tell your body, I love you. So it could be having a nice tea. It could be making a really beautiful lunch with just like incredible herbs and spices. It could be taking like a hot, luxurious magnesium salts bath. I call it my sweet dreams bath, with some essential lavender oil. It could be having like a bar. It could be having a few squares of a bar of dark chocolate, and savoring, like letting it melt in your mouth and just like savoring the flavors. It could be calling someone you love and reconnecting. It could be writing a letter to someone. That when we do actions like that, they fill us up. They help to make our brain chemistry so much happier. When we give, our bodies actually produce GABA, which is our really calming, relaxed neurotransmitter. So when we give from our hearts, right, not because we have to, but when we get to give, it's loving ourselves. When we dress up, like I wore this sexy red top today just for you with this beautiful heart. I'm like, I have to show up as if I'm in Valentine's Day, right? And when we get all dressed up, that's loving yourself, because it's so easy not to give yourself any self-care right now. You might not see one single person today. Why would you want to get dressed up? But when you get dressed up and put together, you feel so amazing, right? I'm feeling pretty sexy right now. I got my shoulders sticking out here, my sexy shoulder, got my heart pendant on, I got my red top on, right? So, when we get made up, we just feel so beautiful, right? Maybe there's like a pretty pillow or, like flowers, or making your environment beautiful that says to your spirit and your soul, I love you. Who is it? Elton John, who has like flowers in every room. I'm so jealous. I want that. I want flowers in every room, right? We women love flowers, right? So we're making this shift from like scarcity and, victimhood and I'm not good enough to I love myself. I love others. I show up in beauty. No matter what's going on for you, right? Like we all have our issues, right? Maybe you're feeling heavy today. Maybe you're feeling anxious. Maybe you're feeling depressed. Maybe you have acne and you're not feeling pretty, right? Maybe you have psoriasis or eczema, or maybe your hair's falling out. We can still love ourselves. And in 15-day hormone reset, we created what's called our new health story. And so we are telling ourselves what we want for ourselves. So instead of waiting until we get there, we're acting as if it's happening right now. And I know some of you ladies listening in, we're in the 15-day hormone reset. And I want to make sure that you are continuing your new health story, that you read that to yourself every day, because that is loving yourself. You're telling yourself a new story. And your perception is going to start looking for all that you've just said. And the more you say your new health story as if it's happening right now, the more your entire being will start to believe it. And the more spark you're going to have in your soul, in your eyes, right? You're just going to have like this inner spark that is not going to be stopped. And that's self-love. That's self-love. So I want to know a couple of things that you're going to do for Valentine's Day that are self-love. And I'm going to share two things with you. So I also want to share like affirmations are a great way to express self-love. So whatever you need to hear right now, say some affirmations around it. I am beautiful. I remember I walked into this bathroom. I was recording my song, You Are the Magic. I was at the recording studio and I walked into the bathroom there and there was a sticker on the mirror that said, You are beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I am. Like, I loved that. You could put that right on your mirror. You are beautiful. You could write it in red lipstick if you wanted. And then every time you walk into the bathroom, you see that. Here's another, I want to tell you this brief story. One of my clients came into my office. This was probably 10 years ago. Beautiful woman. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. And she said, you know what, Robin? She said, I hate walking into the bathroom every morning. And I said, why is that? She said, because we have this mirror that we haven't hung on the wall yet. And when I walk in the bathroom, I see my stomach. And she said, it makes me feel so upset that I'm so big right now. And I said, well, what do you like about your body? She said, oh, I really love my breasts. I'm like, that's awesome. So I said, why don't you put the mirror up so that when you walk in the bathroom, you see your breasts? I said, that's your homework. She said, okay. So next time she came back to see me, I said, how's it going in the morning when you walk into the bathroom? She goes, oh my gosh, it's the best. She said, I see my girls when I walk in the bathroom in the morning. She said, it's the best. So those are the little shifts I want you to start making. And I want you to love your tummy anyway. Like that's where your creativity happens. Let's just hug our tummies. Oh my gosh, I know for me, I've spent a lot of my life not loving my tummy. So let's just love our tummies. And that's where all the creativity happens. That's where our womb is, whether you have a uterus or not. That's where all the good things happen. So we're just going to love on our tummies for a minute. Oh, but yeah, like, what do you love about yourself? What do you love about yourself? And focus on that, you know? So affirmations can really help treating yourself well. You know, so we make so many choices every day. And you can just ask a question. Is that treating me well? Is that treating me well? So if I'm going to go for the bag of chips, is that treating me well? How will I feel after? Is that giving me the nourishment I need to feel great? Right? If I'm gonna binge watch a like a murder show, or if I'm gonna watch something negative on TV, the news, or something that's violent, is that nourishing me? Am I nourished by that? Do I feel better by doing that? Yeah, so just ask yourself some questions around that. And yeah, you just want to make just like a little mental shift that starts, asking the question, is that taking care of me? Is that loving me or not? I think that's simple, right? Really simple. So the two things I want to share with you, one of them is a recipe. Rebecca's going to post that for us, and it is the Sinfully chocolate mousse. I'll share my screen here so you can see the Sinfully chocolate mousse. So for my clients, I have the decadent chocolate recipes for Valentine's Day. We're going to share one of these with you. So it's so good. It's so good. And it uses 2 ripe avocados, a 1/3 cup cocoa powder, a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup coconut or almond milk unsweetened, some pure vanilla extract, a little bit of sea salt, and then some stevia drops. And you could also use a little bit of monk fruit. You could use the lacanto, which is monk fruit, and erythritol if you want. Whatever you want to sweeten it, that's not sugar. You could even use a couple of dates if you wanted to, but you want to keep the sugar content as low as possible because you want to be hormonally balanced, right? And then you can make some coconut whipped cream to put on top. It's so delicious. So we give you actually the all the directions on how to do it. It's so easy to make coconut whipped cream, and it's so delicious. So we're putting that right here under the video, or we might put it on top of the video later, I'm not sure. So you can make yourself some Sinfully chocolate mousse for Valentine's Day. And if you don't like chocolate, then make another flavor. Maybe you blend up some fruit, some berries in there. Maybe you make it a strawberry mousse or something else. Yeah, so experiment. It doesn't have to be chocolate. It just happens to be what I love. It's chocolate. And the other little treat I want to share with you is the Jolva cream. So the Jolva cream is pretty amazing. And Dr. Anna Quebeca formulated it. She and I worked together for a number of years in the Sexy Younger You programs and conferences. And I love it. In fact, I have some on right now, sisters. I love it because it's a DHEA cream. It's a hormone cream. And DHEA can be anti-aging, and it's for our pelvic floor. So it can really help with muscle integrity on our pelvic floor. It can help with vaginal integrity. So you can actually, you just put a pea-size amount on your finger and you rub it on your pelvic floor and up into your vaginal cavity. As a doctor, Dr. Anna cannot tell you to do that, but I can because I'm not a doctor. You're supposed to have a prescription for putting DHEA inside the body like that, which is crazy because you can buy DHEA over the counter. So I don't get it. But anyway, you do want to rub it on your pelvic floor and up into your vagina. And it helps with muscle integrity. It helps with the tissue, both on your pelvic floor and up into your vaginal area. And it helps with urinary incontinence. It gives you a little boost of energy because it's DHEA, and DHEA can be energizing. So you use it in the morning. And it also helps with libido. So it helps to get your clitoris a little bit more tingly. And it also helps to get the tissue in your vagina more balanced so that you don't have pain there. And so that you have more elasticity. It's really lovely. And so you can use it as you need it. And I like it for Valentine's Day because whether we have a partner or not, it's really important to take care of our pelvic floor, just like we take care of our face. Just the same. It's very delicate tissue down there. And so many women suffer from urinary incontinence. So many women. And you don't have to. So for most women, this DHEA cream can really help. It can completely stop urinary incontinence. So I don't want to keep it a secret, right? We need to fix that. We don't need to be tortured for years, with urinary incontinence. Let's just fix it. And then we need to have a tingle down there. Yes, we do. And the other little tip I'll give you for some self-pleasure or pleasure with a partner is I just buy a little bottle of almond oil. They come in these little plastic bottles, and I add some sensual oil drops. So just get an essential oil that you love the smell of, that's so sexy, and then put a few drops in it. And then you have this wonderful lubrication for touching. And so between the Jova cream and the almond oil that you can even rub on your nipples or wherever you want, you can have a pretty sensual, sexy Valentine's Day. So those are my 2 tips. And, just light a lot of candles. It puts us in the parasympathetic or rest and digest nervous system. Flowers, candles, make your sinfully delicious chocolate mousse and a beautiful dinner and a hot bath and whatever just sounds amazing. We women need more than one fabulous thing to satisfy our needs. So be a really good receiver, set the tone. If you have a partner, you can invite them to help you. We have to ask for that help because they don't read our minds. It took me a long time to acknowledge that. So ask. Ask for what you want on Valentine's Day. And I know that you'll make it the most special day ever for loving yourself. All right, ladies, sending you so much love. And I can't wait to see what those 1 or 2 things are that you're going to do special for you on Valentine's Day. All right, sending you so much love. Bye for now.